The 16 major points of the end time. Number 1, the last days. Began with the birth, life, crucifixion, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Number 2, signs of the times. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. Joel chapter 2, verses 30 and 31. Number 3, the crash of the financial system. It'll be a total worldwide collapse of the monetary system. It's going to literally blow the whole monetary and financial systems to bits. If the monetary system explodes, it will literally destroy the financial system. Number 4, the rise of the Antichrist, or beast, as he's called in Revelation chapter 13, verses 3 through 7. All the world wondered after the beast, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. Number 5, the signing of the 7-year peace covenant. We're not certain about the exact time of the Antichrist's appearance, but we do know this much about it. He confirms a covenant or peace pact to allow religious worship for 7 years, and when he does, that will begin the last 7 years of history. We know this from Daniel chapter 9, verse 27. Number 6, the breaking of the 7-year peace covenant. In Daniel chapter 9, verse 27, it says, "He, the Antichrist, shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week or 7 years. And in the midst of the week, halfway through the 7 years, he shall cause the sacrifice to cease, thus breaking the peace or holy covenant." Together, these two verses show us that when the sacrifice is ceased in the midst of the week, then the abomination is placed. Number 7, the Great Tribulation. For then, Jesus said, shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And immediately after the tribulation of those days, they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21 and verses 29 and 30. Number 8, the atomic war. Science has only realized that this type of global destruction was possible since the beginning of the atomic age in 1945. But John saw it nearly 2,000 years ago, and many other prophets envisioned it before him. Two of the most outstanding predictions are in the Old Testament. Both predict the atomic war as being one of the things which occurs before or at the day of the Lord. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. Joel chapter 2, verses 30 and 31. And this shall be the plague, wherewith the Lord shall smite all the people that have fought against God's true city of the new spiritual city of Jerusalem, which is you and I who accept the Prince of Peace, Jesus. These will get the following plague. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. Number 9, the rapture. The rapture is the completion of the church at the second coming of Christ, when he gathers together his church by the miracle of the resurrection and rapture. In Matthew chapter 24, the Lord said that his coming to gather together his church would be accompanied by a trumpet, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect, or the saints. Matthew chapter 24, verse 31. And Paul, in another of his predictions, is very specific as to which trump it will be when the gathering together takes place and the mystery of God, the church, is completed. Beloved, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, meaning to die and remain in the grave, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, or seventh trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. We will receive immortal bodies. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 51 and 52. This mystery of God, then, is you and me, the church, and at the last or seventh trump, it is going to be finished. At one sudden, supernatural, miraculous, mighty stroke of God, his church will be instantly and supernaturally completed. God will wave his magic wand of power, and presto, The finished church will be caught up into heaven in the rapture.
Number 10. The marriage supper of the Lamb. And I heard, as it were, the voice of a great multitude, saying, Alleluia, for the Lord God omnipotent reigneth. Let us be glad and rejoice, and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready. The Lamb's wife is the church of Jesus, the saints. As Paul said to the Christians that he had led to the Lord, I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ, that ye should be married to another, even to him who is raised from the dead. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2. And he saith unto me, Right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. Number 11, the wrath of God. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, Go your ways, and pour out the vials of the wrath of God upon the earth. Revelation chapter 16, verse 1. First vial poured upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. Second vial poured upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea. Third vial poured upon the rivers and fountains of waters, and they became blood, for they have shed the blood of saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink. Fourth vial poured upon the sun, and men were scorched with great heat. Fifth vial poured upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain. Sixth vial, Armageddon. And the 6th angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof that was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. 7th vial poured out into the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven, from the throne, saying, It is done. And there was a great earthquake, and the great city Jerusalem was divided into 3 parts, and the cities of the nations fell. Number 12, the Battle of Armageddon. In final fulfillment of prophecy, the people of God will return to earth with Jesus at Armageddon. We will literally, physically destroy the Antichrist forces who had been our tormentors and persecutors during the Great Tribulation. Let the high praises of God be in their mouth and a 2-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written, This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord. Psalm number 149, verses 6 and 9. Number 13, the millennium. The millennial period will be heaven on earth for 1,000 years. This earth, as it now is, only removed from the curse, or the curse removed from it. A beautifully restored Garden of Eden. Heaven on earth. The devil will be bound in the heart of the earth in the bottomless pit for 1,000 years, and we will rule and reign with Jesus on this present earth for 1,000 years, to try to teach the survivors of the wrath of God righteousness, to try to help them see where they failed, to try to point out what the mistakes were, to try to show them how much better it would have been if they had yielded to Jesus. Let him rule, reign in their hearts now. Number 14, the Battle of Gog and Magog. When the 1,000 years of the millennium are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the 4 quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went up on the breadth of the earth, and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city. And fire came down from God out of heaven, and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. Revelation chapter 20, verses 7 through 10. Number 15, the great white throne judgment. At the end of the millennium, all the unsaved that ever lived will be raised, millions of them, and then they will be judged at the great white judgment throne of God, at which time each will be assigned to his particular place in the hereafter. Mind you,
They have been so-called dead. But in the other world, living in hell or limbo or lake of fire or prison or whatever particular punishment they deserve, all during the millennium. But obviously either most of them or all of them will have finished their punishment by that time, and none will last more than that. And then they will be released, be allowed to be assigned their particular position and condition on the earth, the new earth, outside the heavenly city. Number 16, new heaven and new earth. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. Revelation chapter 21, verse 1. The earth today is clothed with its surface and its atmosphere. But at the end of the millennium, in the battle of Gog and Magog, God is going to completely remove them both by fire and renew and recreate a beautiful new earth and new heaven. Clean air, no pollution, no contamination, no poisonous gases or chemicals, or the horrors of man. It'll all be cleaned up and purged pure with fire. He will then recreate the beautiful Garden of Eden and the surface of the earth, not like a paradise, but the paradise of God. And we will have a new earth, under a new heaven. I saw the heavenly city. It was on the new earth, and everything was beautiful, just as it's going to be. Or maybe it already is, in a new dimension where there's no more time. It was already here on earth, and the outside earth was beautiful like the original creation, the Garden of Eden, just beautiful.